Quitting is easy. That's why most men do it. They break when it hurts. They fold when it gets heavy. They run when it gets dark. But not you. Not anymore. Because the man who quits dies anyway. He just dies slow. He dies on his knees. He dies with regret. And you are not built for regret. You are built for war. It's going to rip your skin. It's going to make you bleed until you question if you even want it anymore. That's the point. That's the trial. Do you know why most people never achieve greatness? It's not because they're weak. It's not because they're stupid. It's because they quit when the pain came. Pain is the toll. Suffering is the price. Sacrifice is the key. If you want what others don't have, you must be willing to suffer in ways they never will. Understand something. Quitting will haunt you. It will stay with you forever. Like a shadow chained to your neck. Because every time you quit, you teach yourself weakness. You teach yourself surrender. You teach yourself to bow. But every time you push past the breaking point, every time you walk through the fire, every time you refuse to quit, you teach yourself to conquer. This is how warriors are built. This is how kings are forged. You will be tired. You will be exhausted. You will want to stop. You will want to collapse. And in that moment, you have one choice. Quit, or die before you quit. That doesn't mean death of your body. It means death of your weakness. It means killing the coward inside of you. It means murdering the part of you that begs for comfort. You must suffocate the quitter, starve him, bury him. And when he screams at you to stop, that's when you push harder. Most men don't know this truth. They think discipline is optional. They think sacrifice is temporary. They think greatness is a gift. They are wrong. Greatness is rented, and the rent is due every single day. You don't get to clock out. You don't get to rest. You don't get to quit. Because the moment you quit, everything you've suffered for, everything you've bled for, everything you've sacrificed, dies with it. And you go back to nothing. You go back to being ordinary. You go back to being forgotten. There is only one way forward. Through the pain, through the exhaustion, through the fire. No shortcuts, no easy roads, no comfort. If you want to change your life, you must be willing to die before you quit. Think about it. When you're lying on your deathbed, will you be proud of how many times you gave up? Will you smile at the excuses you made? Will you laugh about the moments you surrendered? No, you will regret them. You will choke on them. They will burn you alive in your final hours. But if you never quit, if you fought until your last breath, if you pushed through every storm, if you died chasing your purpose, then you win. Even if you fall short, even if you collapse, even if you break, because you did not quit. The world doesn't need more cowards. It doesn't need more weak men. It doesn't need more victims. It needs warriors. It needs men who refuse to fold, men who fight until their lungs collapse, men who run until their legs snap, men who climb until their hands bleed, the men who say, "I will die before I quit." Quitting is poison. Discipline is antidote. Quit once, and it becomes easier to quit again. Quit twice, and it becomes who you are. But push through once, and you build strength. Push through twice, and you build resilience. Push through 100 times, and you become unstoppable. This is the path. This is the way. There will be nights you can't sleep. There will be mornings you don't want to rise. There will be battles that seem endless. And still, you do not quit. Because the man who quits dies every day. But the man who endures, the man who keeps going, the man who suffers willingly, he becomes immortal. not in body, but in legacy. Tom, at every great man you admire, every hero, every leader, every warrior. Do you think they never suffered? Do you think they never wanted to quit? Do you think they never fell to their knees in exhaustion? Of course they did, but they stood back up. They fought again. That's why you know their names. That's why their legacy still lives, because they chose death before surrender, sacrifice before weakness, discipline before comfort. Now it's your turn, your war, your battlefield. You will be tested. You will be broken. You will be beaten, but you cannot quit. The moment you feel like stopping, that's the exact moment you go harder. The moment you want to collapse, that's the exact moment you rise. The moment your mind screams, I can't, that's the exact moment you whisper, watch me, Claudia Bat. You have one chance at this life, one shot, one path. Do not waste it on quitting. Do not waste it on surrender. Do not waste it on weakness. Become the man who refuses to bow, the man who refuses to bend, the man who refuses to quit. Die before you quit, and live forever in the ashes of your sacrifice. Final command: stop whining, stop waiting, stop folding. It's time to rise. It's time to fight. It's time to bleed. But no matter how dark it gets, no matter how heavy it feels, no matter how far the road stretches, you do not quit. Die before you quit.